Lawrence, Temi Cogby, Josh Hurst, Eamon Dyer, Hashim Khan, Abdullah Adegbite, Pete Greenwood, Ben Horner, and Tom Long. And lining up for Lancaster this afternoon, we have Marcus Pitfield in goal with James Andrews at right back. Centre-back partnership of James Peat and Ryan Chu, who's the captain. Connor Buck completes the defensive line at left back. Aaron Lang and Noah Slater form your centre midfield partnership with Josh Hill as a centre attacking mid. Ayube Alucci at left wing, Tim Ryan on the right, and Piers Charlesworth lining up in the middle as your striker. Thanks. We are just getting underway here. If you have just joined us, this is the Men's Uni Football 2s between Lancaster and York. The previous fixture here on Rose's Pitch 1, the college football first fixture, finished 4-2 in favour of Lancaster's Bowland College over the visiting James College, as the York goalkeeper there collects, and they play out from the right-hand side on the near side of the pitch to us. It's intercepted fairly easily, but the defender does a good job of clearing as the ball ends up miles away. And we come in for a throw-in. Aerial duel out on the right as the ball just falls back to the Lancaster defensive line, who are fairly high up here, as they've managed to pack themselves into York's half. It'll be a throw-in from fairly shallow for York. It'll be the number 3 there, Dale, to bring the ball back into play before being sent straight back out for another throw.
Yeah, it's looking like they're pretty evenly matched. York's defence is very strong, though Lancaster's attack is also pretty forceful at second. But we're definitely moving back up more towards Lancaster's half at the second. York is definitely here with a good attack.
Yeah, moving the ball nicely, although it's well dispossessed there. And York try and switch things up, move out to the right-hand side. They're forced back into their own box here. They try and move the ball forwards, but it will result in a York throw-in on the far sideline, which will be sent long and does find a white shirt, although it's immediately robbed, and it will be with the home side. The linesman sees something there he doesn't like, and he's called that back for... Oh no, it was a throw-in. I thought he called that back for a foul. My apologies.
It did look for a second like that.
Yeah. The way the linesman brought the flag up, I thought, is that a foul? No, it was just a throw. Do ignore the scoreboards that you may be able to see if you're watching on Roses Live. That is the scoreboard from the previous match, which Bowland College won by 4-2, as we mentioned earlier.
Currently still 0-0.
Yes. As the ball just whistles out of play, that's a Lancaster throw well within their own half. York starting to get out of their own half, where they've been forced to camp for much of the place so far.
Yeah, possession seems to be even, but it's definitely a lot more in York's side of the half at the moment.
Yes, they've both had a decent amount of the ball, but it's where you've got the ball that's important, as that clearance is deflected well, and is a chance for Lancaster to attack from the left-hand side. It's crossed in, and the keeper fumbles the save. and it gives an opportunity to pounce, and that will be the opening that Lancaster needed. An early first goal in this one.
I think
It's 1-0 Lancaster.
Yeah, I think you have to hand it to Lancaster there. It was a good attempt and a very good goal.
It was a powerful header.
Very powerful. But York, they were really battling hard there as well.
Yeah. Made the save in the first instance, but couldn't quite hold on to it. Some power on the header, so you can't really fault him for that. But it will be the opening for the hosts here. And it is 1-0 Lancaster inside the first 10 minutes. A few complaints there from the Lancaster players, but the referee not having any of it as the ball finds its way back to the York goalkeeper. And they play out from the right once again. The long ball down the right-hand side finds its way to the Lancaster shot stopper.
Strong header from York there. And York is holding possession very well, heading up into Lancaster's side of the half. And over the goal. Look like it's going to be a goal kick for Lancaster.
Yep, that will be a Lancaster goal kick. Pitfield playing out. It's going to look to play the ball long here, most likely. I believe that was Piers Charlesworth with the opening goal. But we will confirm that for you. The striker for the home side this afternoon.
Lancaster throw in, throws it long. Possession in the...
And it's just going to roll out of play there. Lets it go a little too far from him, and Dale will be there to send the ball back in on the near side. And the ball finds its way into the foot of a Lancaster player, but will be defended well. York looking to counter, but an immediate counter then for Lancaster down the left-hand side.
And we've got another throw-in for York, by the looks of it.
As the ball just runs out of play there.
Oh, no, throw-in for Lancaster, my apologies.
Yeah, it will be a Lancaster throw on the far side of the pitch. And deals with the danger well there, does the York centre-back. Another throw-in. It'll be sent back in. And this time it does find a Lancaster man in the first instance, but will be sent out, and that will be the first foul of the game. That will be a free kick on the far side of the pitch for York for that foul, right in front of the York bench. So they're going to go long on this one, and that's some power on it.
A very powerful kick.
It will find its way over to the other side, and they will win the free kick on the near side of the field, about 30-ish yards, I want to say, from goal. That seems about right. It's not an ideal angle. He'll probably be looking to cross this one in rather than go for goal himself, as the referee just orders the one-man wall back.
This could be a good opportunity for York, though.
The opportunity is there. Swings it in, and it's dealt with efficiently as Lancaster look to just get the ball upfield. And it will be a York throw, but they've dealt with the immediate threat is the important thing there. They've dealt with the immediate danger that was presented, and they will look to look to fend off the incoming attack as the throw comes in. And the ball is going to be cleared away about the halfway line. And it is collected well.
Strong defence from York there, but possession is back to Lancaster. And back to York.
As a bit of a scramble in the centre of the pitch as the ball runs out on the wide end of the field. If you can hear a large cheer, that is not from the football so far. That is from the rugby just behind us over on Rose's pitch 2. Remember that if you do want to catch any of the other action going on around the grounds this afternoon at Lancaster, then be sure to head to roseslive.co.uk where you can find all of the live streams of some of the fixtures going on around the venues. The free kick comes in for York and it will be returned pretty much back to where it was sent from. And the keeper will inevitably send the ball out of play roughly in between the two benches. Not quite in the middle of the pitch, but between the two benches at least. As Lancaster look to regroup. And I think that was a successful conversion kick behind us. That's just a guess though. And the Yorkman seemed to do well to dispossess him there. And wins the free kick, which will be sent in by the left back Dale. Is that Dale or Bale?
Gale.
Gale.
I think.
I might have been calling him the wrong name the entire time. If I have, then my apologies. As Lancaster look to spring another attack here, but the pass not the best of places, and the keeper just having fun with just having fun there.
I mean, that could have been some risky play.
Yeah, it's risky, but
very good skills, honestly, from the goalkeeper for York.
But it was. It was a successful piece of skill to lose the man, but you can see that going so wrong so quickly. And another chance for Lancaster, and it's sent just high of the crossbar, and it will be a goal kick. So Lancaster with the pick of the chances in the first 15 minutes, certainly. As there's a big cry from behind us. Again, if you do want to catch any of the other action going on around this afternoon, then head to roseslive.co.uk. For now, though, this is the Men's University Football 2s here on Roses Live. As York just retreat back to their goalkeeper once again. And a big place for a tackle. And says collision between the attacker and goalkeeper. Ball will roll out of play. The referee will just come over to make sure everything's okay. And York will restart with the goal kick. Here's Gale, as I have been corrected, as his name actually is. My apologies.
Strong battling in the corner from Gale. Throw in for him.
It's a throw in for York, and it will be Gale once again moving the line up the pitch, just starting to close Lancaster down a little bit, make space for themselves. As they start to spring a few attacks of their own, ask a few questions of the Lancaster goalkeeper. Ball is out on that far side, and it will be a Lancaster throw just in front of their bench. as they look to just find a little bit of space in between the York defensive line. That will be called back. The referee seeing something he didn't like there. Not quite sure what it was exactly, but it will be a free kick to Lancaster. About the same angle and distance as York's free kick from a few moments ago. The two-man wall for York then, as they look to defend this free kick. Ball swung in from the left. It finds a few Lancaster heads, and the linesman has his flag up for offside.
But excellent save from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, crucial save from the keeper, but the linesman did have his flag up, and so it will be a free kick just inside the 6-yard box. It's played short and back to the keeper. As they try and break down this right-hand side once again. York seem to be more comfortable playing down the right, but it has put them in some danger here. Gale does well to deal with the threat. Sends it out for a throw. It's going to look for a teammate. We're just going to work out who wants to take the throw. This will go quite long. This will go all the way into the box, and it is cleared away. And now York with a chance to counter as they move onto the right-hand side once again. Cross comes in. Let's head down. And that seems to have gone out for a goal kick, I believe. Yes. Oh, no. The players are lining up for a York corner. That did come off a Lancaster man before it went out of play. So it will be, I'm just trying to make out who that is. Readying himself to swing the corner in. It will be an in-swinger on this left-hand side of the pitch. It's cleared away just to the edge of the 18-yard box and then towards the halfway line. And Lancaster will look to try something from this, from the corner, while York are somewhat out of position, but it will fall straight into the keeper's arms once again. Thought that was going to go keeper to keeper there, but it is collected, and York do have another chance to feed some balls into the box. There's claims of handball from the York bench there. The referee unmoved as York look to try and...
Looks like a free kick for York.
That will be a free kick for York, yes. It's brought down pretty much right in front of the linesman. So it will be a free kick right out on that right wing. It will be another in-swinger into the box, most likely. Looking for one of the sea of white shirts in the Lancaster box. And the keeper deals with it well. They're going to go once more, but that is a big challenge to slow York down, and the shot in the end will find its way into the hands.
Strong save from Lancaster, and back possession's back in Lancaster's. Right, strong kick up towards the keeper. The keeper quickly is getting it out of the box.
Goalkeeper to goalkeeper there, really, that one.
Indeed. Strong battling on either side. ping-ponging between the two at the second.
And big save from the York goalkeeper there. Keeps the score as it was. And we will continue with a Lancaster corner, sorry. After centre-back dealt with the danger just by getting it out of play. They always say, if in doubt, kick it out. And that was the wisdom at play there. Cross comes in. And the header's high. Keeper does get the punch onto the ball and gets it away.
Strong.
And will collect the shot. It's sent straight at him, and he will pick it up. Ball upfield down that left-hand side. The linesman has pulled it back, though. His flag is up for offside. So York will restart from just inside the 18-yard box. And that's a big long ball. It does find a York man, but it is out of play for a corner kick. Out on the right-hand side this time, I believe. But we'll see where it goes. No, it is on the near side of the pitch. Didn't quite see where the ball had gone out exactly, but it will be corner from the near side as you're watching. And it just sails through the box. Doesn't quite find a man of either coloured shirt. And it will just sail through for a goal kick. Danger over somewhat. They can try and mount another attack.
Definitely a much stronger attack from York at the second. Lancaster are really having to fight hard to defend against York at the second.
Yeah, York just starting to find their footing in this game, you have to say. As there's another cheer for a Lancaster try behind us.
Very loud cheering from the fans.
Yes. But in the meantime, it's 1-0 here, of course. Lancaster 1, York 0 in the men's football twos as the ball just whistles back through to Marcus Pitfield. And Lancaster will reset the ball upfield. Gonna look to keep a hold of possession in midfield. They can't quite string the pass through, but it will be out for a Lancaster throw. Referee just wants to speak to one of the Lancaster players here. Just has a quick word before letting play recommence.
Long throw from Lancaster, but straight into York's possession. Oh, back to Lancaster now.
Bit of back and forth between the two teams there. But it does settle into a Lancaster possession. And as I say that, they immediately lose the ball. Once again. As Lancaster look to move through the middle of the pitch, and the linesman flag will be up once again for offside.
Going to be a goal kick for York. Whether he'll play it long or in...
Looks like he's sending his team upfield, so it will most likely go quite long. Yeah, men moving up. It will be a long goal kick. It does immediately find a Lancaster midfielder. So they'll have a chance to break once again. Runs through on goal, but
And it's over the goal.
yeah,
Straight
it
back
is.
to York for a goal kick.
It is sent over the bar. I believe that was Tim Ryan with the attempt there. It's just sent over. But some more promising attacks from Lancaster. You do have to assume that they will inevitably get another chance that will just find the back of the net.
It does seem a possibility at the moment. The attack is very, very strong. But ultimately, I mean, York's defence is quite equal at the moment.
Yeah. York are fighting for an equaliser in this one as we reach the half-hour mark or so in this contest. As we approach the half-hour mark is perhaps more accurate because we didn't quite get off at 1 p.m, but we are approaching that half hour. Lancaster free kick then in their own half on the right-hand side of the field. They're going to look to play this one short and just play the ball upfield. A long run, which will just find another Lancaster man. They'll drop back. Just try and open up some space behind the York midfielders. But it just finds one of the York players instead. Ball will run out onto the left-hand side. There are some fairly half-voiced complaints. There's more half-voiced complaints there, but the referee does now pull it back after the linesman's flag goes up. And it will be a Lancaster free kick. And it's sent along into the box. It's dealt with initially, but it is found once again.
Looks like it'll be.
And there are appeals for a corner, and it will be a Lancaster corner. The ball does leave play off of the defender's leg as the last touch, so that will be a Lancaster corner. It will be swung in from the far side. An opportunity here.
Strong defence from York. Gets
It's
it
dealt with.
immediately out of the box.
They've got a chance to counter. And he's brought down. The referee very quick to bring out the first yellow card of this match to Lancaster's number 8, I believe. I may be completely wrong with who that was brandished to, but there is the first card of the contest, and it will likely be the first of a few. This does look to be a very fierce match between these two sides. 2 points on offer in this contest. Of course, it being a second team fixture. As Lancaster look to play through the middle of the field. The pass is intercepted well by York's number 7. And the shot just sails over the bar and I think over the fencing as well. So Pitfield will have to go and collect. We've pretty much reached the half-hour mark. Who would you say has started the better, Sadie?
I think Lancaster, you got to hand to Lancaster in terms of their attack. Their attack is perhaps a lot stronger. I think they've made good use of space in terms of really using the field to their advantage. But ultimately, I think York's defense is incredibly strong because there's been a lot of fierce attacks from Lancaster, and York are completely unfazed, and that is not an easy feat.
It's certainly not easy. Apart from the opening goal, which you do have to say was an unfortunate one to concede, given the circumstances. Just sort of not being able to hold on to it as well as he might have hoped, and it does give the chance on the rebound. But of course, since then, York have dealt with every question that they've been asked in defence, and especially the goalkeeper has done a good job of responding to the danger. York looking to try and play through the centre here, try and make some space, but pass will be intercepted, and Lancaster looking to just get the ball away somewhat. And a lot of complaints from the York bench there. The referee is not convinced though, and he will let play continue as the ball returns to the York defensive line as they try to get upfield once again. And it's another
from Lancaster.
Another big clearance from Lancaster. It will be kept in by the number 9 on the near side of the field. The cross comes in, and it is just going to sail over the bar. So it'll be a goal kick to come for York.
Strong attempt from Lancaster there, but ultimately just over the post. Well, back of the net.
Yeah, just sails slightly over the bar. That's kept in well on the far side of the field. Or at least it looked to be. I can't quite tell how close that was to going off. But it did look like it was close, at least.
Lancaster throw in.
Yeah, couldn't keep it in at the next time of asking. That does go out of play. And just going to try and make, again, some space. And the tackle comes in. That will be a throw-in 1 for York, as they do get the last contact off of the Lancaster man. The shot comes in, and it is spilled by Pitfield. And there's a scramble in the box. The referee will stop play. There is a red shirt down in the Lancaster box. They're just going to go and check in, make sure he's okay. Just trying to make out who that is. He's up. He's all okay. And it will restart with a free kick, which will be sent downfield by Marcus Pitfield, the Lancaster shot stopper. In between the sticks this afternoon. It's launched upfield as York look to hold on to it in defence, but good bit of play to win the ball for York. Just clear it, and we'll have time to regroup as Lancaster prepare for the throw-in. About 10 minutes left of the first half of this contest then, as Lancaster have a throw-in in deep York territory on the far side of the field, on the left-hand side relative to the way Lancaster are attacking. The ball does find its way through to the keeper though.
looks as though keeper is looking to go long.
He's trying to find a pass. Can't find one, so he will just release the ball upfield and look for a white shirt, which he doesn't quite find. But that shot will find the hands of the goalkeeper once again.
Ref looks as though he may be calling a...
Yeah, ref is just... he doesn't look like he's called the medical staff over just yet, but there is another Lancaster player down, which is not exactly what they would have wanted. That looks to be, if I can work out who that was.
Number 16.
Now, I don't have names to numbers, unfortunately, so it's not the most... Or do I? No, I do. I don't have a 16, which is interesting. I do have a... that's strange.
Well, we do the best we can with the team sheets.
Yeah, with what we've been given, we can only make do with what we have in front of us. As York will look to try and put an attack together, but it will be intercepted. The pass will be intercepted.
Looks like it's going to be a goal kick.
That'll be a goal kick, as the long ball through for Lancaster will just sail past the right winger, I believe that was. I believe that was Tim Ryan, who couldn't quite get on the end of that ball.
Definitely looks as though the keeper's looking to go long here, sending the York players up the pitch.
And long he will go. He does find the York man, but they start to retreat, and it finds its way back with the goalkeeper once again.
At the keeper's feet now. And he sends it long. Possession, definitely with York,
and the ball will run out of play there for a York throw. Just waiting to see which way the linesman's flag would go. And it does go in the way of the visiting side as they look to send another one into the box. The cross is quite high, and it will roll out for a goal kick. With about 5 or so minutes plus stoppage time left of the first half. It's a Lancaster 1, York 0 here in the second team fixture at Roses 2024. As Lancaster will look to extend their lead just before half-time. And a very long pass finds its way at the feet of Piers Charlesworth. And he's got his name on the score sheet once again.
Strong goal from Lancaster there.
That's a big goal. That doubles the home side's advantage. 2-0 Lancaster with about 5 minutes left to play in this first period. So Lancaster 2, York 0, the scoreline. As we've just seen, the scoreboard has now fixed itself on the far side of the field. It no longer displays the result from the previous match. Now that it is
caught up with
now that it's caught up with the current score, yes. So York will be looking to cut the deficit before they go into the break. A goal will certainly bring them back into this contest, but of course there is another 45 to play, playing down the other end of the field.
And a lot can change in the second half, it's hard to tell.
Yes, quite right. It is very easy for fortunes to change. To use the old cliche, it is a game of two halves.
Indeed.
And there is a reason why they say that. A lot can change in 45 minutes, and a lot can change with a half-time team talk. What do you reckon the half-time team talks will be consisting of?
I think on York's side, it's got to be a lot about, not getting disheartened. I mean, I know when I used to play football, the hardest thing is not getting in your head when you're, 2-0 down. It's very difficult. So I think having confidence in their play, because, ultimately York's play has been very strong, despite conceding these 2 goals. I think Lancaster, the team talk's got to be about not, being overly confident, keeping up a strong defence against York, really, in order to, if they want to keep that 2-0 lead. What do you feel?
Yeah, I think the Lancaster team talk's going to be fairly comfortable, but also one of not getting complacent, because we have seen how teams can just sort of let themselves be a bit more open, give their opposition a few more chances, and throw away leads. Lancaster will be wanting to hold on to this 2-goal cushion, though, as we approach the interval. The ball just finds its way into the Lancaster shot stoppers' hands, and they will play out from the back down the left-hand side of the field. From their perspective, at least. They're just going to slow the game down a little bit, try and find the successful passes rather than, hitting and hoping. But the ball will roll out for a York throw in roughly the middle of the pitch.
Leads to
another York throw, just about 5 or 10 metres further up. But if they can keep gaining ground, then that's what they will want, and eventually they'll be in position for another chance at goal.
100%.
As they come close there to getting a shot off. And now it's a chance for... Who is that? Is that...
Number 11?
That looks like that is potentially... who is
Strong
that?
battling from number 11, and another goal for
It is
Lancaster.
a goal for our mystery number 11. I'm going to guess that is Josh Hill, essentially.
You have to hand it to Josh Hill for really
I'm not sure if that is Josh Hill. It roughly looks like sort of the position that he's been playing most of this match, sort of behind the striker, but... that is a big 3rd goal for the hosts.
Yeah, we apologise if we get any names wrong. We're just working with the...
We're just trying to work out who's who for either side as we move further into this one. Referee just wants to slow things down before the throw comes in from Gale. Lancaster will clear directly into the York goalkeeper's arms. As we approach the end of the first half of this fixture, Lancaster with a commanding 3-goal lead and a chance potentially
for another goal
to make it 4. No, the ball will be sent out of play, but the referee's whistle will go. I believe that will be a York free kick just on the edge of their own 18-yard box. And it looks like whoever's in charge of the scoreboard has just worked out how the how the clock on it works, as they just count up the minutes before they reach 44.
Some really strong battling from York in these last few minutes.
Yep, York looking to make their way back into this match. They don't want to go down without a fight, and it will be a York throw in, well within Lancaster territory.
Strong throw.
Thrown in long.
To in between York and Lancaster's possession. York are battling very hard here.
And that's a strong challenge, a little too strong for the referee's liking. Kills it back for the foul. Just calls the player over, just to have a little word with the York man. No more of that, I imagine, is what he's saying. As we enter into whatever time the referee has added on. There will be likely a few minutes of additional time at the end of this first half for the stoppages that we did have. Of course, the two injuries to Lancaster players and the two associated stoppages. And of course, the yellow card earlier on. There'll be a couple of minutes added at the end of this first half at least. As the ball will just beat the Lancaster left winger and will roll out of play. And the referee will call time on the first half of this contest. It's Lancaster 3, York 0. And you do have to say that it has been a deserved lead for the hosts.
Yes, I think Lancaster have fought very, very hard for that 3-0 lead.
Some very well-worked goals.
Yeah.
As they find themselves with one hand on those all-important 2 points.
Exactly. I mean, they just kept battling those kind of, relentless in the box, to be honest. Really fighting for that lead, to be honest. But York's defence is very strong as well. It could, I think York have a good chance to pick up some goals in the next half and potentially equalise. How do you feel about things?
I mean, there is always a way back into games like these. But it is, I think it's certainly an uphill battle for York. They look like they will be able to pull 1 or maybe 2 back, but it will be a monumental ask to score 3 in one half from 3-0 down. We've seen it happen before, though.
It's true.
And you cannot count this York team out. But at the break, it is Lancaster 3, York 0. As the two teams head back into the Lancaster Sports Centre. Just enough time then to bring you some score updates from around the grounds at Roses 2024. An update then on the overall score in this year's tournament. Lancaster currently sit on 83 points to York's 56. A lead of 27 points. Some of the results from today then. No. The results from today appear to have been removed from the Roses Live website. Oh no. No, they are still there. Some of the results then around the grounds. The badminton second team fixtures both fell in the way of the hosts. The 2 best of 9 match fixtures went the way of Lancaster. The open seconds, Lancaster almost with a clean sweep, winning by 8 matches to 1. And in the women's seconds, a far closer contest. Lancaster edging out the victory by 5 matches to 4. In the bouldering women's team event this morning, which is a 4-point fixture, York came out with a narrow victory, 268 to 261. And in some other results to tell you about, the open bouldering was another very close contest, but Lancaster will take those 4 points, 257 to 254. And one more result to tell you about on campus, the circuit race in the cycling, a big 4-point fixture, falling the way of the visiting York side. So the overall score again is Lancaster 83, York 56. York will be looking to win their first away roses in 16 years, and their first roses in 5 years. Of course, we had 2 years out in 2020 and 2021, but since then, Lancaster have won the last 2 in a row, and they'll be looking to make it 3 for 3 with a win on home soil this year. And the scoreboard, the time on the scoreboard is looking. There aren't 99 minutes in a half.
No.
But it does currently say 99:36 for whatever reason.
Yeah, interesting.
It's now counting down from 99. It now says 81:36. Are we starting the second half from the 81st minute or something?
It does look like that could be what's happening. I mean, that does seem perhaps a little unfair.
The score. Whoever's in charge of the scoreboard wants to wrap this one up early.
Yep.
They want to go for lunch. It seems.
It does look that way. Oh, we're going back down again.
I imagine it will go to 45, and we will have the clock for the second half of this one.
Yes, we will get the full 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And potentially the injury time.
Yeah, 45 plus stoppages, if any time for stoppages. That's down to 45. And will we go to the second? Nope, 46. Nope, 45 again.
Flashing just with the 45 at the minute.
Yeah, I will say this is brilliant content to report on while there's no action in front of us.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you guys are all very entertained
as we watch a scoreboard be made to work.
Indeed.
I was just looking at some of the fun facts we've got about some of the Lancaster players here. Of course, goalkeepers have to be quite tall, but it says here that Marcus Pitfield, the Lancaster goalkeeper, is 6'8". Now, I'm looking at the York goalkeeper because they have now changed ends.
Indeed.
I was about to say he does not look like he's 6'8". He looks like he's the same size as the rest of the team, but that is not the Lancaster goalkeeper. And I imagine when he enters the goal on the near side, we will be able to be the judge of whether he is in fact 6'8". Another interesting one here. Ryan Chu, the captain of the Lancaster side this afternoon, has represented Hong Kong at youth level,
Very
which is
impressive.
Yeah. I mean, to represent any nation at youth level is a pretty big achievement.
Definitely.
So it's good to see people who have had fairly big roles in national sports of wherever to wherever it is, whether it's to represent your country is the biggest honour that you can have, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
it's
Ryan Chu,
yes, to do,
that is the best way to describe it. And interestingly enough, it says here Aaron Lang, who is part of that centre midfield partnership for Lancaster, It says here Aaron has the strongest Essex accent in Lancaster. I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, I would like to hear this.
I would like to hear this man's Essex accent.
Exactly.
And as I say, I will be the judge. And we've just seen that the scoreboard has now reset to 45 minutes and no seconds, so we will have a working time on the scoreboard for, I think, the first time this weekend.
Oh, well, that's impressive. That is impressive
We've had results up there, of course, but I don't think we've had a match that has had the clock working, I guess. Getting it ready for the men's ones game, which will immediately follow us here on Roses Live and on URY, Belrig FM, YSTV, and LA1 TV.
On the fun fact sheet, it says here that James Andrews took 2 months for anyone to hear him talk.
That's
so
yeah. It's interesting.
That's very impressive. I mean, like.
And it does say here that he's a first year as well, which I mean, being a first year in any space is going to be nervy, and I can absolutely understand, being shy in this kind of space, in any kind of space
100%.
really, being shy, being sort of very solitary. But he's coming to his own, and of course has made his way into a Roses squad in his first year at university.
Also,
so all credit to him.
We don't know. He very much could have been playing the mysterious game. It could have been all.
Yeah, we will never know.
But
unless we speak to him afterwards.
Well, exactly.
Of course.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah. So we will have to ask him maybe. Lancaster starting lineup, just making their way back out onto the pitch, returning from the sports centre. The second half is imminent here on Roses Pitch 1. If you're in Lancaster and you are listening to us today, or indeed watching, then come down to Roses Pitch 1 to get a glimpse of the action live. There's a big crowd forming on the hill to our left. And there's an even bigger crowd immediately behind us, where I believe Lancaster have just taken the Rugby Union men's thirds fixture. I'll just check how many points that is worth. It is worth a grand total of... I must scroll past it. It is worth 1 point. So that is a further point for Lancaster. I can just see some red smoke, and I imagine it'll smell a little bit in a moment's time, because turns out that flares produce quite a lot of smoke, and smoke does not smell great.
No, definitely not.
As cool as they look, the aftermath is not ideal. But Lancaster then lining up to get this second half underway. There's just a second ball on the pitch, so they'll wait to get rid of that, but not before a little bit of warm-up. And now that we have swapped sides, my apologies. I'm just looking at the Lancaster keeper, Marcus Pitfield, and I'm looking at him, and he is
definitely 6'8".
He's 6'8". Yeah.
Yes.
We can confirm he is as tall as our fact sheet claims he is.
Indeed.
He is tall, and you do have to be quite tall as a keeper to be able to make the reaching saves.
It can definitely be a strong advantage.
It can help. It can definitely help. As both sides just the last small warm-up before we get underway for the second half of this contest. referee, well, the referee and his assistants just having a quick conversation down on the far touchline, I believe. Is that them, or...? No, I might be confusing them with the Lancaster bench.
Potentially.
No, the match officials then just coming down from the sports centre. You can see them with the linesmen with their 2 flags and the referee leading the way. And is that a 4th official wearing the green jacket, or is that just someone who's following them down?
It's hard to tell at this.
No, that is the 4th official, I believe, who's now making his way across the field.
Just looking out at the crowd we've got going, there's a lot of support.
The crowd has grown as people move away from the rugby thirds.
It's nice to see there's a lot of different signs. We've got signs in support of York, signs in support of Lancaster.
Of course, there's a far greater Lancaster contingent on account of us being in Lancaster, but it's good to see some away support as well. As the referee's whistle goes, we will get the second half underway, and the clock is counting down. I was not expecting that.
No.
But we'll make do with that, as York will have a throw-in on the left-hand side. Just lets his teammate have it.
It's a short throw.
Play it in. It is a short throw, but they'll bring it in towards the middle of the field. Just play it backwards. Try and open up in behind. And that's played out for a York throw on the near side.
Immediately, I feel like it's clear that York could definitely have come back to start with the fire in them.
York have come out firing. They want all the goals that they can get. They want to get back into this contest. And the referee will blow. He adjudged that to have gone out of play, and that will be a York corner to kick off this second half. And it will be, is that coming to take the corner on the near side? It's Lawrence who will swing this one in. It's going to be an outswinger. He is left-footed, so he will curl outwards. But it's played in!
And a goal for York.
And immediately, it's a goal for York.
Wow, York have really come back to this half with a strong spirit, and immediately a goal within the first 2 minutes.
And what a way to announce yourselves in the second half with a goal. So it's 3-1 then, the score, and I believe that was... I'm not sure, but I believe that was El Bashawi. I'm not entirely sure.
But back in the box again from York.
There's another chance. The ball will find its way into Pitfield, though. So a lot of intensity out of this York side as they start this second half with an immediate response.
You can tell they really, really want to equalise and get themselves back into this game.
That they do, as the referee will call for offside there. And it will be back with the York goalkeeper. I'm just trying to work out who is in between the sticks for York. I would imagine it's Kazim Yurt7, who was at the top of the team sheet for York. But I'm not actually sure. And the referee will pull that back for a foul in midfield. It will be a York free kick. So another chance for York to move the ball forward. And it will be Tristan Lawrence standing over it.
Looks like some strong use of the space from York here.
Yep, they'll try and open out the field somewhat. As I'll try and make that run in behind. And the ball comes in. And the header.
And back to the Lancaster goalkeeper.
Yeah, the header will just fall into the arms of Marcus Pitfield. Looks for an option, and we'll just play it into midfield. And it's out on the left. Plays it in, and that is cleared well by the York defence. That will be out for a Lancaster throw.
Possession is definitely so far a lot more with York at this start of the half. I think Lancaster have potentially been a little bit taken aback by York's...
It is. I don't think they were expecting the immediate danger, and, well, York just sort of caught them at a good time, it seems. But it's a necessary goal for them, and it's one that could give them a chance at moving closer to an equaliser. You have to score 1 before you can score 2, and you have to score 2 before you can score 3. So 1 is a good start.
Definitely.
It will be a Lancaster corner on the near side. It will be swung inwards. Lancaster man coming to meet him, and as does the York man. It will be sent out for a corner the other side of the field. I think they were looking to take that short, but with the pressure on immediately, fall back to plan B and just swing it in instead. Was the call there. Now, will they try and go short this time?
Looks as though they're setting up to go long, sending the players
swing
out.
It outwards.
And
that does find the keeper.
Oh,
and the referee's flag, or the linesman's flag, sorry, is up for offside. So that goal will not count. The whistle had already gone before the goal was, before the goal in air quotes was scored. It will be a free kick. It does look to go long. Defender's sending his teammates further upfield. And that's well won. The clearance doesn't quite go far enough, and it will be a Lancaster throw in about the middle of the York half. As they look to break down this right-hand side. They look to break through. And the referee tried to let play continue there, but he has pulled it back for a Lancaster free kick on the right wing.
Could be a good opportunity for Lancaster, depending on how they play this.
Yeah, they'll be looking to restore that lead, as 7.5 minutes have been played here on Rose's Pitch 1. Crowd forming at all angles, and a big crowd on the long sideline. But a crowd here behind us for but immediately behind the Lancaster goal. York try and get rid of the ball, and that is cleared well. Midfield will come and meet it just beyond his 18-yard box and clears the danger.
And it looks as though it'll be a York throw in.
Yep, that will be a York throw. It's cleared out by the Lancaster defence. And that will be It'll be, I think, El Batrawi to take the throw-in.
A strong...
A good chance there for York's number 10, I believe. If I can make out the name on the shirt correctly, that was Josh Hurst with the opportunity there.
Very strong battling from Josh there.
It was blocked. It was out for a York throw. And that's well left to leave his teammates with space in behind.
York are holding...
The cross comes in.
Possession.
We meet it at the back post. Not quite, and it does fall into the arms of Pitfield. I believe that was Temi Cogby looking to come in and meet the ball at the back post to turn it in for a second, but Pitfield got to it first. And the referee just pulling it back there for a foul. There will be a substitution then for York. And that will be... Just trying to see who that is coming off.
It was hard to make out the number there.
It is hard to make out the number or the name of both players, I must admit. From where we're standing, it's not the easiest to see what's going on at the bench on the far side of the field. Free kick comes in then, and it's dealt with by the York defence, and they will look to spring a counter.
That was a very strong...
Counter-attack slows down, but there's another chance. The pass will whistle past for a Lancaster throw-in deep within their own half.
It's a very strong attack there, but I think it was number 9. Definitely determined to get the possession as far up the field into Lancaster's half as it can from York there.
Yep. That'll be cleared well by the Lancaster defence, and they will deal with the threat for now. They might be able to spring an attack of their own. Sent out for a Lancaster throw, but they're moving upfield, and it does give them another opportunity. Just looking at some of the signs that we can see in the crowd. Some of them we can say what they say on them. Some of them we can't.
Yeah, not so much.
No. One of them is just the postcode of Lancaster University, I think, LA14TW.
It is.
Oh, no.
Well.
No, that's LA1, that's Lancaster for the win, I think.
Ah, that is, yeah, Lancaster for the win.
It does also just look like a postcode, so...
Definitely could
that's
be
a
read
very
either
creative sign.
Definitely.
That's gone up in my estimation in the creative sign contest for this year.
It's made good use of the space. When you only have so much cardboard, how can you write what you want to say? You put the postcode and then you put...
And then, you put what looks like a postcode, but it's not a postcode.
I think it's clever with double meanings.
And that's sent in well, but the shot will be blocked, and York look to try and spring a counter, but there's no real threat of that there. Ball back with Pitfield in the Lancaster net. He's drawing the man forward, but of course he's just going to pick it up, and he will have just run forward for nothing there.
Still, if you see an opportunity, sometimes you just got to try.
Yeah,
possible.
You've got to try and force the error. If the error does come, then you're quite happy. But it won't always come, and this was one of those times, I think.
But yeah, it definitely seemed like Pitford knew exactly what
he knew where the ball was. He wasn't going to make any kind of mistakes there as the ball goes out of play. A Lancaster throw-in, roughly a fair way into York's territory. and wins the duel, keeps the ball, but it's sent out for a corner. And it's a necessary clearance, but it does give Lancaster another corner.
But definitely better out than the possibility of conceding another goal.
Yeah, you want to slow the game down as much as you can. Just get the ball away. Oh no, it went out for a throw-in very close to the corner flag. So not quite a corner, but that will be a goal kick. Nothing comes of that. And that's what you were saying, yeah.
Yeah.
You get the ball away, and then you deal with what comes after.
Exactly. I mean, a chance to slow down the game is a chance to regroup and figure out your position on the pitch. You know, it definitely gives you more opportunity to have more control over the outcome. You know, it gives a better chance to space out. You know, figure out where exactly you want to get the ball.
Yeah, and there
is
is a big reaction from the crowd there. That's
looked as though a York player
that's not a great challenge from the York man. That is
player.
A fairly comfortable free kick to award. The referee's gone to speak to him. There's a crowd around him. But it looks like it will be a free kick and no more for him. So, a free kick just on the edge of the area for Lancaster and a chance to go 4-1 up in this contest as we pass the hour mark. 30 minutes left to this one. And a chance for a fourth goal for the hosts. A free kick in a very promising position. It'll be Lancaster's number 12. Swings it in, and it's directly into the keeper's arms. As they look to play out from the back.
Keeper sent that very
big, long ball forward from the keeper. It does find a York player out on the left wing. He's brought down, and a free kick on the edge of the box for York. And so we will do it all over again.
Indeed.
Just this time at this end of the field. So the referee just getting the ball in the right place. I'm not sure if the referees have the the vanishing foam they spray to mark out where the ball's got to go and where the wall's got to be. I'm not sure if the referees at this level have quite got that.
Yeah, I'm not sure the budget involves that.
I don't know if that's part of the standard kit for county FA referees nowadays, but
that was a strong
possible.
Defence from Lancaster there.
They
wall
defend it
really
well, and a chance for a counter. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper, and it's well saved.
Wow, strong battling there.
Does a good job to deal with the danger, but it will be a corner off the back of it.
It is becoming very clear that Lancaster really are wanting to get back that lead that they had initially.
Yeah, they want that lead back, and they want the points. Crucially, they want the points from this fixture, and they're showing that the best form of defence seems to be attack, as they push to expand their lead once again. Corner, an in-swinger will come in. Ball comes in then, and it's cleared away very quickly by the York defence. Referee will blow for one reason or another. I believe... there was a foul. So it will be a free kick just on the edge of the York box.
There's definitely been a lot of free kicks handed to either side.
There have been a lot of fouls, but it's been very, very passionate, you know.
Game of football.
Yeah. And it's to be expected in a rivalry like this. Ball played down that left-hand side. It's in the middle. Tries to get the shot off, but it's immediately blocked. And it ends up back with the York goalkeeper. And they'll try and move back up the field once again. Strand out to play for a Lancaster throw on the far side. A lot of aerial action there, really, as Lancaster look to push forward once again. Ball's played in, and it's dealt with well. I don't want to guess as to who is who, because, of course, if I get names wrong, it would be rather embarrassing. See if we can make out who that was. No, I can't.
Yeah, no, I do understand that worry. You don't really want to slip up with names.
No. Lancaster moving back forward though. They've looked somehow stronger going forward at the start of this half than they did in the first half when they scored the 3 goals. They've as I believe that's at the women's twos.
Yeah,
rugby
women's
union coming out.
It's coming out, so it was a big cheer for them.
The home side making their way out onto the field. The York women, I imagine, will follow soon enough. Meanwhile, back to the football, and there's another attack for Lancaster, which is dealt with, and it will be a Lancaster throw about 30 yards from the York touchline. So, there's 24-ish minutes left of this contest. It's still Lancaster 3, York 1, if you're just joining us here on Roses Live for the men's football seconds. Pitfield will come and clear that one. Perhaps not necessarily the clearance he would have wanted, as it does find a York boot, and they'll try and bring the ball back upfield. Another chance for Pitfield to clear. Challenge just a little too late there.
Indeed.
He can't quite get there in time.
Throwing for York here. Meets Lancaster's possession.
And it will fall nicely for York to try and move upfield once again. As they try and push for a second to bring themselves firmly back into this contest. And that is a big necessary tackle, but it stays at the foot of the Lancaster man. The shot will go wide of the post, and that will be a goal kick to York.
Could have been a risky tackle there in the box if they'd gone.
Yeah, it's a risky tackle to make, and nothing really came of it in the end, in either direction. But it was a clean one, and that's the most important thing. It was a clean challenge. He didn't make any unnecessary risks with it. As York look to push through. And the clearance is blocked, so they will have another chance to push forward into the Lancaster box and potentially bring this match very much back into the balance. As they try and move down this left-hand side of the field, they're going to return back to their goalkeeper, just open up a bit of space on the field. And that won't quite make contact with anyone. That will go out for a goal kick. As the officials call for another substitution, and this time it will be the hosts making a change to the lineup. I'm just looking at what I believe is number 13's jersey. If he turns around once again. Oh no, it's number 4. Ignore me. I thought there was a slight jersey issue there. No, it's just the number 4. And it will be with the number 4 as he looks to play the ball upfield. And upfield he goes. It does meet a Lancaster head. They'll try and get the shot off.
And
it's 4!
For Lancaster. And they have...
they've restored the lead.
Yeah.
And that sign that we mentioned earlier is now looking like a prediction.
It does. It does seem that way.
4-1.
It's going to be very, very hard for... Oh, 4-1.
Yeah.
4-1. yeah.
LA won for the win.
For the win.
Yeah.
And it's
4-1 to Lancaster. It could end up being a 4-1 win.
Rather spooky prediction.
that's quite funny. There's a white flare being let off behind us. I imagine that's from the York women's team's entrance.
They were entering with some music as well.
Yes, they did behind us, which you may have heard on the broadcast. Ball comes straight through to Pitfield on the restart. It's 20 minutes left of this contest then. And it is Lancaster 4, York 1, the scoreline now. If you've just joined us, then you will have just missed the 4th goal for the hosts, as they re-establish the 3-goal lead that they started the half with.
Lancaster running up the line here, heading to the goal.
And back into the York box once again. This time they can't quite make the most of the chance. Some shouts of handball there. The claims do fall on deaf ears though. York looking to move in from the left-hand side once again. He's going to try and make some space and go in again. It's all about making space and not, they don't really want to take the battles on. They want to just draw the Lancaster men forward and find the space in behind, which you see a lot nowadays.
Yeah, I would agree.
It seems to be the prevailing tactic rather than, going for and trying to win your battles. Just make sure that your opponent makes the first mistake.
It's probably very difficult for York to not be disheartened at this point. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy to look like you're about to come back into the match and then concede once more. But 15 minutes can
change a lot.
Yeah, can see quite a lot happen. I mean, of course, in the women's twos match yesterday, we saw a winner with the last kick of the game for York.
Very impressive.
In a spectacular 4-3 win for the visitors.
A lot can change.
Pitfield just drawing the man forward once again.
He's he's very confident.
Yeah,
at the moment.
That's a man who is commanding in his 18-yard box.
It's definitely very, very clear.
Yeah, and he has he's made that 18-yard box his own in this match. So, we are coming up to about 15 minutes left of the match. Lancaster 4, York 1, still the scoreline as Lancaster look to find a fifth and look to put the game to bed. The pass is intercepted though, York with a chance for a counter. Can't quite get the shot off, but it will be deflected out for a corner kick for York.
Some very strong battling from York. There's some determination there despite, you know, the adversity they're facing at the moment.
Yeah. And, you know, a good movement. It's sent out well, and it will be that corner, which will come in from the left-hand side. It will be, I believe that's Lawrence who will swing the ball in. I believe that is Tristan Lawrence out on the out on our right-hand side, but on York's left-hand side. Swings the ball in. And it's headed in, it's headed across the face of goal, and it will be a goal kick. Nothing will come of it.
A very strong attempt from York, but ultimately Lancaster's defence is pretty strong.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. The header maybe not quite where it would have been wanted. What was that? That seemed quite far up in the 18-yard box. Was it a free kick given?
Not entirely sure.
I believe it may have been a free kick given and not a goal kick because it was played out from roughly the penalty spot rather than the 6-yard box. And a rapidly moving ball across the face of goal that will run out for a York goal kick. It just whistles past both posts. And York look to play out from the back once again. That one's out for a Lancaster throw, though. And it gives them another opportunity to pounce. Just a little bit of back and forth there as they decide who wants the ball. And eventually it will be the visitors who keep hold of it.
Strong possession from York.
And that will be out on the wing. That'll be a York throw-in. I'm just trying to make out who that is on the left-hand side. Not quite sure. But they will attempt to play the ball all the way into the box here, it seems. Not quite. They do get the cross off almost. It's immediately deflected back. And big challenge. That does look to have been given as a foul. That will be a York free kick. In far out on the left wing. Or will it? We'll wait to see what is given. It's a corner kick. So this one will be swung in. Is that Lawrence again?
It could be.
I believe that is Tristan Lawrence once again swinging it in. And it finds a Lancaster head in the first instance. And the shot away by, I believe, that was number 12, which I believe might be... I believe that was Timmy Cogby.
And just over the goal, but a good chance to take. I mean,
yeah,
if you've got an opportunity...
It's a reasonable one to try and go for. The end product just a little over the bar in the end. As Pitfield goes and collects the ball from just behind the goal. And prepares to send it upfield as we approach the last 10 minutes of this one. Any Any final predictions for the last 10 minutes then?
Final predictions. I mean, honestly, I think sometimes I don't want to 100% say because we never know.
No, you can never know for certain, but how do you see the last 10 minutes playing out? Any last minute surprises?
Well, I think it's probably going to be a Lancaster win, but I definitely don't think it's out of the realms of possibilities for York to get another goal. I think, considering how hard they've been fighting, I do think we could see, a bit more of an evening out of the score, draw things a little bit closer.
Certainly could be the case. I think York are probably headed for another goal, but it would be a testament to, as we said, the command that Marcus Pitfield has had of his 18-yard box and of his defence if it remains at just the one goal this afternoon for the visiting York side.
100%, I have to agree with that.
And they will be going along to try and get a second goal as it finds its way out onto this right-hand side. And the moves just to cut inside his man, just loses him well. Can't quite get through there. And that will be the referee just stopping play there. There'll be another substitution, and that will be a Lancaster free kick just inside the box, I believe. Pitfield has the ball, so I assume it will be a Lancaster free kick. And a double substitution for the home side. Can't quite make out who has just come off, but it has been a double substitution for Lancaster. Bring on some fresh legs to see out the match, see out the last 9.5 minutes of this contest as the keeper goes to collect once again. And I believe the classic goalkeeper's chant has been brought out by the Lancaster faithful in the crowd. Not one that's broadcastable though, so
No.
we do apologise if
you
heard any potentially inappropriate language as the oohs and the ahs went up.
Indeed.
They're just going to play the ball across. That's a big challenge to not quite win the throw-in, but it will slow Lancaster down in their tracks somewhat. As the clock ticks down, every second now is a second closer to another 2 points for Lancaster.
About 8 minutes remaining on the clock at the moment.
As it's a big chance for Lancaster to take some much-needed points
York's running
in
up
the race
the
to
line.
172.5. A chance, though. It will not quite make its way to the goal. That will be a York throw on the near side. Just over 8 minutes to play.
Yeah, just some swearing from the players
Yeah,
there.
we apologise if
picked any
you
of that up.
picked up any of the language from the players there. And it's cleared by Pitfield, but straight to Lawrence, who turns to beat his man, and it's saved by Pitfield.
It's really
An
strong,
important
strong
save.
defence from Pitfield.
Stretches out to get to it and tips it round the post for a corner kick, which Lawrence will swing in from the left wing. He will look to set up this second goal. Ball comes in then, and it's parried away by Pitfield out for another corner.
Again, some just excellent defence from Pitfield. He's really commanding that box and that space.
He is. That is his space, and it has been his space all afternoon. As Lawrence lines up for attempt number 2. goes further in this time. And the header will go out for another York corner just on this side of the field. And it will be Khan to swing this one in. Hashim Khan swings it in for York on the near side, and it's cleared away. Won't quite find a York man in the box. That will go out of play for a Lancaster throw. So just over 6 minutes to play now. Again, the clock getting closer to 90 minutes. But there'll be another substitution. It looks like it will be a goalkeeper change for the home side. That will be the end of Bitfield's afternoon. He's had a strong afternoon, but that will be all he wrote in this one. He's had a brilliant game. He's made a lot of big saves.
Definitely.
And now a chance to go 5-1 up. It will go wide along the far post. I'd say even in spite of the goal, he's one of my shouts for player of the match. In a way, he's just sort of been the deciding factor, really.
I 100% would agree. He's commanded the pitch as well in terms of, telling the players where to go and how to space out.
Yeah.
He's, been a strong leader on the pitch as well as that, I would think.
That he has. You don't see particularly often the goalkeeping captain, but he is someone who typifies that quite well. I don't even know if he is the captain.
He is the captain, but he's definitely sort of, personifying
He's definitely taken on that role, even if he isn't.
Yeah.
And it's with Lawrence, or it was momentarily. Does find a red shirt. That will be pulled back by the referee. I'm not quite sure what for, but the referee will pull it back for a free kick. It is a York free kick to in very much fairly deep York territory, and it will be the keeper to send it long. Won't quite reach Khan, and it will run out of play for another York throw. This time a little bit closer to the action for the visitors. And they will look to potentially get one last goal in this contest. As the ball bounces around in midfield. They can't quite keep hold of it. They'll regain possession, though, just slightly further back. And it ends up back with the goalkeeper.
Possession is definitely fleeting between both teams at the moment.
It is, and they're struggling to keep hold of it. There's a lot of desperation in these possessions for both teams. Lancaster wanting that fifth goal, just to give the crowd one last thing to cheer about before full time.
100%.
York looking for what is looking more and more like it would be a consolation effort.
Definitely. I think as we come into these last few minutes, it's just to be expected that possession will just become a lot more messy on both sides, because both sides are so determined to, get
just
another
finish
goal.
strongly, yeah. With a little over 2 minutes left of the match. We'll bring you some post-match interviews after this one, but we will have to get to the end of the match first. And there's still some play left in this one, even if it does appear that Lancaster will be fairly comfortable in the last few minutes. It's a goal kick for York. As yeah, it hasn't quite been one-way traffic, and I don't think the scoreline really reflects the way the match has necessarily gone, especially in the second half. But what it does reflect is the strength of Pitfield in the Lancaster net.
Definitely. I think as well, Lancaster's attacks have been pretty strong.
Yeah, they have been fairly clinical with the chances that they've had. They've taken the opportunities that they've had, and they have made this game their own.
But York
Lawrence with a free kick then in front of goal for York, and that one will run wide of the post for a goal kick.
But York
just
definitely. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to say York definitely have kind of made a lot of attempts. They've come back a lot stronger this second half. Even if the score sadly doesn't reflect that, they have come back very strongly.
Quite right. So, we have just about 30 seconds and stoppage time, of course, left in this contest. We await to see how much will be added on by the referee.
Any predictions for how long you think that might be?
I'm not convinced there will be much. There wasn't much, if any, in the first half. And so I imagine it's probably likely that the referee will call this match fairly soon as the clock ticks down. Referee with the whistle ready to go. A throw in for the hosts as they just look to get the ball away. Is this one last chance for York? It's dealt with by the Lancaster defence. As they move the ball upfield, could this be a late fifth goal? There's some whistling from the crowd. You're not quite going to fool the players with that attempt, I don't think.
The clock is showing full time, but the ref's not calling it quite yet.
Yeah, the referee still wants to let play continue. He's got his idea of how much of the 45 has actually been played and how much has been stoppages. And there have been a lot of fouls, and there another yellow card brandished to the Lancaster man for that challenge. It will be a York free kick then, roughly on the halfway line, and it will be the goalkeeper coming up to take it.
Could be an opportunity for York here.
Getting as many men up as they can. The ball comes in, and it's cleared away. This goalkeeper returns back to his net, or back towards his net at least, and it's not quite going to be an opportunity for one last counter. Or will it? Ball bounces around in midfield, and that one will run loose towards the corner flag. Does it stay in? It does not. That will go out for a York throw. There is not long left in this contest. The referee could end it at any moment, but it will continue for now as York look to potentially pick up one final goal. It's out with, who's that? Out on this right-hand side, moves into the box, shoots, and it's a fairly comfortable save for the goalkeeper.
A very impressive, just to even take, to take the shot, to battle, to get it that far up the pitch, is, and then also just an impressive save from Lancaster's goalkeeper.
Yeah, that it is. Sends the ball upfield, and there is a big challenge. The referee calls it back for the foul, and he's reaching into his pocket. That will be another yellow card issued. He's got the card out more in the last few moments than at any other point in this match, as the clock ticks down once again. Lancaster 4, York 1, the scoreline. We're deep into stoppage time here. Lawrence standing over the free kick for York. This could be the last chance of the game as he swings the ball into the box. It will sail over all of the heads and it will go out for a goal kick. And you have to assume now that that is probably game over for the visitors.
Yeah, it does not look as though getting another goal will be in.
The referee has his whistle to his mouth again and moves it away again.
Looks
And
as though
there it is. That is the full-time whistle. A comfortable victory for the hosts and a comfortable 2 points as it finishes here. Lancaster 4, York 1. So, a strong showing for the Lancaster seconds. We will hope to bring you a post-match interview with your winning side.
Indeed.
We'll hope to bring that for you momentarily. Actually, no. I don't know. Shall we just call it? We unfortunately won't be able to bring you an interview as the next match is just around the corner. So we will wrap up here. I've been Ronnie Young and I have been joined by Sadie Cole.
Yeah, City Call.
And thank you
what
for
a
listening.
game.
And following this match immediately on Roses Live will be the men's first Lancaster versus York in the football. It will be a crucial 4-pointer, but for now, we say goodbye.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Indeed.
All right.